Good afternoon. The Ukrainian president has said a Ukrainian and Russian delegation are to meet without preconditions for peace talks on the border between the two countries. Russia's President Putin has also ordered his military command to put nuclear deterrent forces on high alert. Straight to our security and defence editor, Deborah Haynes, who's in Kiev. Deborah, two things to look at there. Let's start with these peace talks. What are they saying?
Yes, it's a significant move. And also, we had from the beginning of the day, Russia saying that it was sending officials to Belarus wanting to speak with the Ukrainian side. And Ukraine's president quickly coming out and saying, yes, that they were prepared to talk, but not in a country like Belarus, from where the Russian invasion was partially launched. So it seems as though there has been a bit of a concession on the Russian side to agree to the fact that this meeting is happening actually on the border. I don't know if I'm reading that too much into that or not, but the fact as well is that President Putin, is not going to be in this from a position of particular strength. Yes, his forces have invaded this country. It's day 4 now of that invasion, and they have bombarded cities across the nation. But they have also met, surprisingly for them, I think, stiff Ukrainian resistance on the ground, and then overwhelming resistance from the Western world internationally. I mean, just take Germany's stance in terms of cutting off this multi-billion-pound pipeline, sending in weapons, saying it's going to send in weapons to Ukraine, and today announcing that it's going to significantly increase its own defence budget. Also, lots of European nations shutting off their airspace to Russian planes and cutting Russian banks out of the international financial system. Significant body blows for the Russian president over his actions here. But these actions, he sent this country into crisis. Clearly, the Ukrainian president needs this war to end. But hopefully, if these negotiations are happening with the war in this current state, then he has a relatively strong hand to play.
OK, Deborah, talk us through this recent news that President Putin has ordered his military command to put nuclear deterrent forces on, quote, high alert. That sounds like he's upping the stakes with an extremely aggressive move.
Yeah, the word nuclear weapons makes everyone shudder, doesn't it? Which is not surprising. But it's important to note that in Russia's military doctrine, they actually use nuclear weapons, tactical nuclear weapons, not strategic ones that would cause, sort of Armageddon in another country, but like a smaller nuclear weapon as a way to de-escalate a conflict. It's actually literally part of their doctrine to win. But the fact that he is coming out and making this very aggressive move, it's clearly signalling to the West that reminding them, not that anyone needs reminding, that Russia is a nuclear power and is willing to use nuclear weapons. But I mean, the idea that he might actually take that step, I think we hopefully are a long way off from that. But the very fact it's even being raised, frankly, to me, does smack a bit of desperation on his part, given that the war down here on the ground doesn't seem to be going in his direction, and given the overwhelming, painful sanctions that he has been hit with by Western allies who have actually gone much further than people had initially thought, especially with regards to Germany and with regards to other EU countries that have traditionally got close ties, or closer than other European nations, ties with Russia,